Today on Doodle Draw Art, we're going to draw Sven the reindeer from Frozen. We're going to start off by drawing his legs, the way they're lying on the ice. And then we're going to draw a circle where his head is also lying on the ice. And here's his snout. Now his ears are coming out to the side. He's not very happy right now. And I'm thinking about how tall to make him. And so I'm thinking that this will be about the proportion for his rump sticking up because his back legs are holding him up. There's his thigh and his leg. And here's his tail. His antlers start up as high as his back and curve in a U shape down to the top of his head. And now we're going to draw in his hoofs. These are going to be triangles at the end of his legs. And his nostrils are going to come from the edges here. So I'll just show the outline, and then down below is bottom lip. So we'll bring the nostrils down from the side. They kind of squiggle in and around. That looks good. Alright, now some of his face features. Nice round circles for his eyes. And some dark circles for his eyeballs. He's kind of cross-eyed right now. Not very happy. Poor guy. Alright, eyebrows up above. And then let's just give some shape to the top of his head here. He's got kind of a curved top of his head. And then we're going to show some of the hair that comes down for his ears. And give an outline here to the ear shape, showing where the inside of the ears is denoted. And then under his chin. Alright, and his other ear, it's just coming out from the side here. Again, drooping down a bit. Nice. Just clean up those extra sketch lines. And let's fill in some more detail down here on his leg. So his leg comes in with a bit of fur at the end. And then we can see his cloven hoof. Just like that, and some more fur showing. And then on the other side, same thing. Come down to show his chest so I can get the leg established coming through here. And up over his hoof. And some of his fur. There. Shape of his back. He's got a lighter patch of fur here. I'm just making some little lines to show that this is a fur color change. It's not really the edge of the body, so I'm being a little bit sketchy with my lines, and I'm going to do that in my final work as well. And now we'll go up over his rump, and then his leg begins. So you see it's going to have some curve coming out here and down out the back, and then straight down to the ice. That looks good. And some shadow there. his tail has just a little bit of texture showing where the hairs are. And now it's time to work on these antlers. So what we're going to do is, now we've established the line, we're just going to work in all of the little branched sections that come off of a reindeer's antlers. And coming down around the front and just a little thicker as it reaches the head. That looks good. Same thing on the other side. Curving up. And a branch, and then another branch. Still following my original line. And adding dimension to the tip. Some branches at the end of the antlers. And then back in. Nice. Alright, we've just about finished all of our sketch marks. And it's going to be time to trace these with our black marker. And I'll do this in time lapse. I'm using my fine point Sharpie for this one because there's so many tiny little lines. I want to make sure that they don't get too smudgy or too powerful. So here I'm going over all of the lines that I want to show up in my final work. Take your time. Get them just right. Nice. Alright, if you think you've got all of your lines traced, it's time to erase. My favorite part. There, now I get to see him and touch up any spots that we might have missed. Awesome. So now we're all set to color. I'm going to use some white in all the lighter areas and on his antlers. And on the highlights of his snout and his feet. And I'm going to shade in with brown in all of the areas that are going to be darker. I always like to give it just a light coat at first, and then go in with darker colors after. I'm going to add gray in the shadows of the antlers. And some on his back here. And darken up gray on his hoofs and his snout. And now I'm going with a bit darker of a brown. Just adding some shadows into his torso. Black, just to add a nice bit of shadow in all of those same places, and I'm using my Sharpie as well to just bring out a little bit more detail. It's starting to look good. And just a little more brown. Now that I've added black for the shadows, I'll blend it out with some more brown, and now I'm ready to add in the background. So he's on ice, and I'm making it a nice blue color. And I'm just going to show the snow in the background with blue and the trees that are behind up in the hills. You can do whatever you like in your background. I'm just kind of indicating one here. I hope you've enjoyed watching me draw Sven, the lovely reindeer. I hope you drew one too, and if you did, and you're on Instagram, you could take a picture of it and post it up, and then tag me so that I can see your work too. If you go to my Instagram profile and have a look at the pictures of me, you can see lots of people have tagged me so you can see lots of their work. It's great. Alright, so there's Sven. If you've made it all the way to the end, I hope you have liked this video, and maybe you'll make a comment and subscribe.